Hello, Jordan here from Tools for Sparks. Welcome back. It's been a while since I posted videos, but I really wanted to show you a very exciting piece of kit that I picked up recently, which is this Metrel EVSE tester. It's something that's been on my list for quite a while because I really wanted to get the top of the line charger tester. What I mean by charger tester is electric vehicle charging point tester. So this is the Metrel EVSE tester. I'm going to unbox it before your very eyes, show you what's inside, and over the next few months we'll be using it a lot on the channel and showing off some of its features. So as always, if you like my videos, please hit a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, do so. It's free and you'll get more videos from me coming up very soon. Let's get into it. So let's open her up and see what's inside. So it comes in a nice case by the looks of it. This is the official name of it, so it's the A1532 adapter, and it comes with this nice instruction manual, as you can see. Quite simple and easy to read, so I'll be having a browse through that over the coming days. But this is the thing itself, so let's get it open. I must say the case feels like very nice quality, which is a good start. And this is it. So, the case itself, it's got a nice carrying strap, and it's got this kind of strap to hold the thing together, I guess. Fairly simple, not much to show there, but this here is the main event. So, basically what it has is this Type 2 electric vehicle charging plug on it, which you can plug into any Type 2 EV charging socket or tethered cable. And then these knobs do all the various functions of tests that you need to do, and you can plug your multifunction tester into here so that you can test all the various functions and do all the various safety tests with your multifunction tester. So for example, the activation of the charging point, you turn this, and that's the CP state, which the CP is a communication protocol. Basically, you turn this to various settings and it simulates a vehicle, so it's very clever. So one of the simulation settings will be to have it on standby, so the vehicle's plugged in but not charging. Then the next one will be the vehicle is plugged in and charging. And you should be able to therefore run through all the functional tests of the electric vehicle charging point with this tester. That's what's the brilliant thing about it. And then you've got the PP state as well. I'm not quite sure what that does, but as you can see, it's got different amperage settings on there. And then obviously you've got your sockets here where you can plug directly your test leads in, so that if you wanted to, you can test the voltages. If it's a three-phase charger, for example, you can test the voltages between the different phases. So it adds quite a lot of flexibility to the whole thing. So I'm very excited to get going with this. As I said, I've been wanting to get hold of one of these for a while, and I'm really looking forward to putting it through its paces. In fact, tomorrow we've got an electric vehicle charging job where we're going to be using this. That's why I wanted to do this video tonight before I get it out on the field and it gets all mucky. I've also bought the Metrel multifunction tester to go with this, because a lot of the chargers that we're installing now, we're installing with Type B RCDs, and my current Fluke multifunction tester just doesn't have the capacity to test a Type B RCD, so I wanted to get the test equipment that can. So I spent a small fortune getting these, but it's going to make us fully equipped to do all the EV charging testing we need to do, and it'll also help us to be able to do maintenance and fault finding on EV charging points going forward. So it's definitely a worthy investment. I'll leave a link in the description where you can get one of these for yourselves. So that was the EVSE tester. Let's have a look at the Metrel multifunction tester now. As I mentioned, I bought these two together in a bundle, which makes it slightly cheaper, but it's still well over 1,500 quid's worth of equipment. And this box is so big that it won't actually fit on my normal camera screen, so sorry about that. So, wow, that's heavy. Feels nice. So this test instrument that I've just purchased is the Eurotest XCST. That's the official model number of this one. And again, very well packaged. Wow, it's really heavy. It has a certain weight to it, shall we say, which is always a nice feeling when it comes to buying new things, because you think if it feels heavy, usually that means quality. So we've got this package here, which has basically all the test leads to do earth electrode testing. So I'll just slide that out briefly and show you. So obviously not very often, but sometimes we do need to do earth electrode testing for electric vehicle charging if we're installing an earth electrode for a TT system for the charging point only, for example. And this enables you to do the proper tests. So these stakes go in the ground, and then you clip your leads on, and you have to space these a certain distance apart, and then you measure the resistance of the ground and the rod. It's quite a complicated little test to do, so maybe one day I'll do a demo of how to do that test. But today all I wanted to do was just show you what's in the packaging, basically. Okay, I'm going to put that to one side. But this is the main event, the multifunction tester. I saw this in person for the first time at Alex at Ali Pali, and the very knowledgeable chaps at Metrel did run through all the features with me, and I was kind of mind blown by it, to be honest, because it's sort of a charger, it's sort of a tester for computer nerds, shall we say. It's pretty heavy stuff in terms of the software that's inside of it. And as you can see, it comes with a lot of various cables and things. So you've got a USB cable that you can connect it to your computer with. You've got one of those funny old-fashioned sort of serial bus cables. I'm not quite sure what that's for. That's pretty old school though. You can probably connect it to your 20-year-old computer. This is sort of a normal power pack with a normal plug there. I'm not quite sure what that is for either. I'm presuming this is a battery powered tester because it comes with batteries. I hope it is anyway. Then we've got these test leads, and we've got some test probes, which again they feel quite heavy and nice quality, which is good. And then we've got our plug lead, which is not your normal kettle lead like some testers come with. It's this kind of Metrel special one that they do, and it's got 4 little connection points on it. This one's got 4 connection points on it as well, although it's only got 3 leads, so I'm guessing the 4th is just kind of spare. But you've got these various ports in the back here, which you can slide it across, and then you can plug your test lead in there, or slide it across there and then plug it into your computer. And then you've got various well, just a two lead slots here for normal kind of test leads. But in this case it looks like even when you're doing your normal testing, you just connect this lead up, so that's quite handy really, not having to faff around with different sets of test leads. You just plug this one in like so, and then you're good to go. Now there's no batteries in it at the moment, so I'm going to have to figure out how to put the batteries in. Looks like we need a flat screwdriver. We'll get the back off, and then we can fit the batteries. It's kind of scary using getting a new piece of test equipment because I feel so comfortable with my Fluke that I feel like I'm taking a big risk just changing ecosystems, if you see what I mean. It's a bit like changing from an Apple to an Android phone or something. You just feel a bit lost at the start. But I've decided to just bite the bullet and go for this, basically because it has all the functions that we need to do EV charging. And I believe it's got also some amazing functions, like it can do surge protection device tests and all sorts of different tests, and it can even produce certificates for you with the software that they provide. So it's pretty clever stuff. You might wonder, like, where does Metrel come from? Apparently it's an American company. My brother actually has a Metrel pat tester, which he's had for years, and it is one of the most comprehensive pat testers that's out there. There we go. Even the batteries are complicated to fit. So that's our batteries in. Obviously you've got some fuses in here as well, which presumably protect the leads. So hopefully we won't have to replace those anytime soon. But I remember I used to blow the fuses in my Mega every so often by doing something silly. So why don't we turn it on and see what it does. This is a touch screen, by the way, which is really cool. So today's date is the 25th of November 2020, and it is currently 1850. So the touch screen is quite good so far. So single tests, auto sequences, memory organizer and general settings. Now I believe that these auto sequences, you can actually set up your own ones that you usually do. So you've got ring radial tests, dB, at the dB, ring R1, Rn, R2, at the socket, ring R1 and R2, R1 and Rn, at the socket, radial. That's pretty in depth. Auto sequences, let's see, let's do one phase. Okay, so we've got dB, Z-line, RCD and insulation test, which is quite good. So at the socket, ZINPE, at the socket, ZIMP with an RCD. So you've got to know what your Z blah blah blahs are with this. EVSE system, this is what we're really interested in. EVSE one phase. So we've got EVSE one pole vent trip, EVSE one pole vent lock, no vent trip, no vent lock, insulation. And then you just press the play button basically. So if we do that, it tells you everything that you need to go through to do the test. Plug the EV adapter into the charging station, PP state knob set to the desired loading current, CP state knob setting, follow A, B, D, E positions, fill in status checkboxes on the inspection. Wow, it's pretty in depth. So in this case, we go through and we go through the steps on this. So we go through, like, if we put it into A, the charger should be in its idle state. So we tick the box. Then we go to B, it detects an EV, but it's in kind of, it's not charging, it's just detected that an EV is present. Then we go to D, D is here, EV is charged. E simulates an error, charging interrupted, and then PP IMAX. So I'm guessing that's just to make sure that you've set the current at the correct level. Then you press the tick. I don't know what else. what else there is a minute. Oh, okay, you can tick all of these. Or you can cross them all as well, that's good. So you can do that. CP states, PP, that's the functional test done. So then, what can we do? Pass. I'm just playing around with this, as you can see. Yeah. Checked. Pass. Okay, and then stop test. Okay. Ah, here we go. Right. So then you do that, stop that test, and then you go to the next setting. So set your knob to the D position. Insert the test plug into the test socket. Connect the test leads to the EV adapter. So in this case, what we can do is plug this in here, and then plug these L1 neutral PE like that, and then it's going to test the voltages for us, which is amazing, and then it's going to go to the next step. Obviously it needs to be live to do this, so this is as far as we can go and on my desk, but you get the idea. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm really looking forward to get stuck in and use this. I'm going to have to do an in-depth video on this at some point, so let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. I just discovered in this little pocket something that I hadn't noticed, which is this test lead. So this has a live test probe with a test button, so you can sort of do things hands-free basically, and it also has the two other probes for the CPC and the neutral. So that's going to be another handy piece of kit. Now this is extra, I believe. I paid for this slightly extra package, about £90 extra. You get this, and you get the earth testing lead set. So I don't know whether it's worth it, to be honest. I think I need to put the batteries in there. That's what those AAA batteries were for. But it's going to be interesting to see whether this comes in handy or if it's a bit of a gimmick. We shall see. But it all looks like very much fun, so I'm looking forward to getting stuck in and using this tomorrow. And as always, if you enjoy these kind of videos, smash a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and check out the links in the description where you can get yourself one of these, along with all the other amazing tools that I use on a day-to-day basis. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.